Rösztét az a személy gyilkolta meg, aki azon az éjszakán a látogatóban volt. Ő volt az, aki megkötözte Lady Brackenstone, magas és erős. Az a személy köznap este látogatást tett, valószínűleg egy tengerész volt. Így van. Egy tengerészt keresünk. Ez utal... Hát igen, amúgy csinál benne a pakliba.
Please leave my...
Hello, welcome.
Oh, but
Lestrade.
Lord.
Meg kéne néznünk az archívumot egyébként. Itt van. Igen.
Here it is.
A Gibraltári szikla az Adelaide Southampton London Line Canal Building James Street London ömlesztett áru szállító hajója visszatért 6 hónapos indiai, új-zélandi és ausztráliai útjáról. A hajó Angliába visszatért, Mary Fresher kisasszony ausztráliai földet, és hon bányákat birtokol Fraser család örökösnője. Ez állítólag gyönyörű fiatal hölgy jelenleg Sir Eustace Brackenstone, Kent egyik leggazdagabb úri emberének hegyese. Ha-ha-ha! Lebukott.
The shipping company, the Adelaide Southampton London Line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Érdekes. Az archívumot kellett volna megnézni. Hát jó. Legfeljebb visszamegyünk. Igen. Sorry, ezt én csöztem el, úgyhogy hát megnézzük az archívumot.
My archive. I can always consult with it if need. Watson, I need Wiggins. Is he anywhere nearby?
He's right across the street. You can give him a sign from the window.
Na.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
Na, gyere Wiggins. Na.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Na.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
Londonban.
I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case. I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
Azt mondja, hogy a gyilkosság ugye 1894-ben történt. Novembert kell keresnünk.
I do not think that this sailor has any.
Igen.
I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
Ja. Igen. Igen. Aha.
I do not think that this sailor has. I do not think that this officer is still at sea. Therefore, he cannot be involved.
Aha.
This officer is still at sea. Therefore, he can. I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
Aha. Azt mondja, hogy Mr. Thomas Walker. Igen.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Ja. Mr. Charles Reachill. Igen, őt kizárhatjuk. Igen, Herbert Willington.
I do not think that this
Igen.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Érdekes. Jó. Azt mondja, Mr. Herbert Willington. Igen, olyan nevet kell még keresnünk.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be
Ő se
involved.
lehet. Jó.
This Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Na nézzük csak meg. Gibraltári szikla, igen. A legénység indulás Ausztrália Adelaide-ből 1893. április 5-án, érkezés Londonba, Angliába 1893. május 23-án. Na, szóljunk Watsonnak, hogy
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him. Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
de vajon szólt Lestradenek Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Na vizsgáljuk csak meg. Ráncos szemek. Tiszta tekintet, őszinte. Erős testfelépítés. Tengerészkedés. Tiszta csizmák. Igen. 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 Valamit még nem vettünk észre. Megtalálom. Azért is meg fogom találni. Ha! Újság, papír, tinta.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right, if there was no evidence.
What then?
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night?
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you died.
Crocker hazudik, az őrszétele egyértelmű, azonnal megjelent, amit meghalta, keresem ezzel. Jelezze a bűnösségét. Crocker kapitán sár fedélzetén volt, gyilkosság éjszakáig nem fél szembeszállni velem, magabiztos a viselkedése. Hát a kapitány. Jack Crocker egy gyilkos, és te fogod őt bűntársát Lady Brackenstall bíróság elé állítani. A gyilkosságot önvédelemben követte el, Jack Crocker megvédette egy nőt egy erőszakos és dipszomániás férfival szemben. A rejtély megoldó, de úgy döntött, hogy a titokban tartani, szüksége arra, hogy értesítsd a rendőrséget. Hát szerintem ő volt a gyilkos.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Na?
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstone.
Persze, hogy ő volt.
What?
I know because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the
Ennyi?
killing
Lebukott.
blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit.
Hát de
Mary
nem,
had nothing to do
az
with
is
it.
bűnös volt.
Now it is time to end this.
Oh, na. Dupla V. Igen. Hát nem gondoltad komolyan.
You should have let me die. How can I live?
I am sorry, Captain Crocker, but there has been quite enough death in this case.
Hát ő volt, hát szerelemből
Inspector,
gyilkolt.
I give you Sir Eustace's killer. He tried his best to perform his own justice.
Well, I'm not surprised. Yes, it was me. I confess.
Here is a piece of evidence that can be used in court.
Perfect. A case that went smoothly for once.
Talált, nyomok 16. És a kapitány volt a gyilkos. Ez az. Tudtam. Képes volt bemártani azt a bandát, bár ők is megérdemelnék, hogy abban börtönbe kerüljenek, de... Emberek, akik ugyanígy oldották meg az ügyet. 94%. Ennyi. Na. Hát megoldottunk egy újabb ügyet. Ha minden igaz, még egy ügyünk van hátra, amit most meg fogunk nézni. De előbb elugrunk egy gyors szünetre. Úgyhogy én mindjárt érkezem hozzátok vissza, senki sehova. Mindjárt jövök. És már itt is vagyok. Úgyhogy folytatjuk tovább. Úgy megoldottuk az Abbey Grange ügyet. És ha minden igaz, már csak egy ügyünk van hátra.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
Na hát akkor nézzük meg. Kew Gardens. Hát vessük meg. Vajon mi történhetett itt? Na. Játék. Szokatlanul hosszú a töltőképernyő. Na végül.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
What are we doing, Holmes?
Let us find someone who could help us.
What are we doing, Holmes?
Let us...
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were...
Pillanat, srácok. Fiúk, lányok.
forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Aha, és az egyikük nincs itt. Érdekes.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house?
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack, just like that, so suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Vizsgáld meg a helyet, ahol mondtam, hogy John halálát látta. Növénylista.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Szokatlan lopás történt Kerry királyi botanikus kertben. Holmes nyomodása során egy komoly csalási ügy nyomaira bukkan.
These trees, with their roots in water, must originate from Louisiana.
Ah, yes, the bayou. I remember our visit.
According to Albert, this is where his father,
Sorry,
Montague
Sherlock.
Dunn, was found dead.
Figyelmetlen voltam. De úgy. Igen.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. Soil.
Lábnyomok.
The traces are thinner in some places. The traces are thinner in...
Aha.
These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their
Oh,
feet.
szóval az egyik lába
The footprints
szélén volt.
reveal that someone staggered here.
Érdekes.
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
Ó, szóval úgy törték be az ajtót, és azóta az árakat már kicserélték.
The esconson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Igen. Itt is nézzünk még körül, hát ha van valami. Mr. Holmes.
The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground.
Oh.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Oh. Szóval összetörtek egy virágot.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Valamit még nem vettem észre. Vajon mi lehet? Menj már előlem! Watson.
Very strange. The smell is strong. It is a detergent. These windows were perfectly cleaned.
Ah, szóval ablaktisztító lehet a földön. Letört
This
arra.
broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow.
Oh.
A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Oh.
Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
Haha.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Valami van itt. Mr. Holmes. Érdekes.
This pot was broken fairly recently.
Oh, it's frissen törött.
A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced. These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
Huh.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Oh.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
Oh.
This
A törött tábla. Na nézzünk körül.
Water lily greenhouse.
What should we do?
Az első és legfontosabb, Watson, elmész előle.
According to this, they have according to dry tropics.
Száraz trópusok. Oh.
These flower pots are beautiful. They are in the symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Igen. Szakadon opás történt. Igen. A Kew Gardenben talált üres cserepeken lévő szimbólum, a cserepek nem oda tartoznak. Oh. Kew Gardenben kiáltott egzotikus lopott növények listája. Igen. Nagyszerű. Jó. Oké. Menj előlem, kérlek.
dry tropics.
Igen. Nincs itt semmi. Azért a zsákra nem ásszál fel. Hogy?
There is a smell of burning.
Éget szag. Valamit égetnek. Valamit égetnek.
Water lily greenhouse. Dry tropics.
Igen.
Ventilation system.
Szellőztetőrendszer.
Seed house.
Magház.
Nursery.
Faiskola.
Farmhouse.
Pálmaház.
Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory. Colonial collection.
Ja, igazából.
Farmhouse. Reserve.
Tartalék.
A map of Kew Gardens.
Na, hát megvan minden. Igen. Nézzünk körül.
A water tank.
Víztartály.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Aha.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Szellőztetőrendszer motorja. Igen. Mr. Holmes.
Seed. Locked.
Zárva van a magház.
Locked.
És én nem törhetem fel. Hát én vagyok Sherlock Holmes. Csak jogomban áll feltörni dolgokat. Ja, innen jöttünk. Kell itt lennie valaminek. Mr. Holmes. Aha. Na, engedjen. Úgy. Még egy valamit megnézünk. Igen. Irodaházba kéne eljutni. Menj előlem, Watson.
Locked.
Igen, ez zárva volt.
Locked.
A faiskola is zárva van. Haló? Igen. Beszéljünk vele. Olcsó rövidlátó szemüveg. Piszkos gallér. Munkáskezek. Nem házas.
Would you unlock the doors for us?
Do you expect to find the stolen plants there? I am sorry, but those rooms are private.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation. Locked. Locked. Locked.
Watson.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Ha tudnám, nem beszélnénk veled, ugye? De hát te csak ennyit tudsz mondani.
Just be careful with the plants during your inspection.
Most erre nem válaszolni.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Na? Vörös szemek. Nemrég sírt, gyászol. Tiszta kezek. Borotva vágás. Jó.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again.
Na, Albert Dunn ideges és szorongó fiatalember, amit lerágott körmei is bizonyítanak. Rengeteg mosószert kezein használ kezeinek tisztításához, ami rossz döntés, tekintve, hogy növényekkel és földdel foglalkozik. A szemei vörösek, mostanában nagyon sokat sírt. A kora szerint, melyik egyetemre jár, jóképű, nőtlen és valószínűleg még mindig édesanyjával él. Hát, mert én Hamish nőtlen, a keze és a körme egy kertészre emlékeztetnek, piszkosak és duzzadtak. Rövidlátó látás, korrigáló, biofokális szemüveget visel. Átlagos, keményen dolgozik, olyannyira, hogy külsejét is elhanyagolja, és sajnos nem valószínű, hogy van női társa. Egyedül él. Aha. Jó. Oké. Nagyszerű.
Excuse me, but I have to tidy up this room.
Ó, fiam, ne nyoljugjál.
Farmhouse.
A pálmaház. Menj előlem, Watson, hát...
According to this, they have light and water lily greenhouse.
Valaminek kell itt lenni.
Do not touch.
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
Do not touch. Do not...
Watson! Menj már előlem!
Blood.
Vér!
Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Haha.
No, it wasn't like that. No, it wasn't like that. No, it wasn't like...
Így van, sikerült.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
Oh.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
Jaj, jaj. Úgy. Na nyissunk ebbébe. Bontsza fel Montague döntő, a haláleset gyanús. Miért törte be a gyarmat egy gyűjtemény szoba ajtaját? Miért takarította és ürítette ki valaki a szobát? Csapda volt, vagy egyszerű baleset? Ja. Jó, hát akkor...
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
Na menjünk. De előbb visszamegyünk a Baker Streetre, megnézzük az archívumot. Igen. Nézzük, jött a levelünk. Igen, ez még az előző ügy. Igen. Na keressünk az archívumban. Kiukálezben kijelent egzotikus növények. Igen. 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 Nem. Ha. Igen. Ha. Igen. Növény. Gyógynövény, egzotikus növények. Ez
Here it is.
Ja. A következő álló növényről bebizonyosodott, hogy halálos az emberre nézve. Dionnek Cadaminus, Carline Imberi, igen. A mérgező folyamat megvalósítása meglehetősen nehezül, különleges kémiai tárgyak, természetes simulációt és táplálást igényel. A hernyóknak működniük kell. Ha. A Monterey Down halálának rekonstrukciója feltel egy utalító tényt. A gyarmati gyűjtemény szoba ajtaján betörték, hogy pánikból fakadóan vagy az ajtó zárva volt. Ha az utóbbi történt, akkor a halál előre megfontolt szándékkal elkövetett. Tam.
My analysis table. It is useful for...
Someone should take Toby for a walk. Have you found something interesting? Someone should take Toby for a walk. Have you found...
Oh dear, Toby. I wasn't aware that you were Watson's new literary agent. Oh dear.
Ja. Menjünk le a Scotland Yardra. Hogy... Egy pillanat, srácok, fiúk, lányok.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
Na jó van.
A beautiful feather pen. A membership card for the London Crest Club.
London Crest Club tagsági kártya.